Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV. Today we're looking at the patch notes for 6.11a. This is the first of numerous patches leading up, obviously, towards the end of the 6.1 series. Obviously, we're still waiting for the major patch of 6.15 with the further Hildebrand adventures, as well as the Arcasadora tribe quests, and of course the custom deliveries client, as well as data center travel up in 6.18. But this is 6.11a. Now, the majority of this patch is all to do with PvP, but there are some other bits as well. So if you're interested in PvP, let me tell you what this is all about. So there are changes to PvP actions to enhance further balance, or at least approach that. Obviously, with Crystalline Conflict being as popular as it is, there's a lot of free testing being done by lots of players worldwide. So these are the adjustments that they are taking based on feedback and their own play as well. So it says, the following adjustments have been made to PvP actions, and the balance changes made to PvP actions are based on the win rates and playability of each job. Further adjustments, they say, require changes to action functionality will be made in 6.15. So they're aware of some. So this isn't a full list. This is just what they can change now. So firstly, for Gunbreaker, with the actions Rough Divide and Relentless Rush being changed, with Rough Divide, it says increased damage and healing potency of the additional effect of No Mercy has been changed from 10% to 20%, which is going to be quite interesting and has a much greater potency, as well as damage output. And with Relentless Rush, they say the additional effect of reduces damage taken by 25% has been added. This is going to be even more useful. Gunbreaker feels a little bit light at the moment in PvP. Not many people seem to gravitate towards it. Will this be enough on its own? Most likely not. However, as I say, there are changes in 6.15 to actually address this even further. So this is a good step in the right direction. In regards for Bard then, Powerful Shot and Imperial Arrow have changed. They say for a Powerful Shot, the base potency has been increased from 3,000 to 4,000. And Imperial Arrow also up to 4,000 potency from 3,000. Bard seems to be quite less chosen than Machinist at the moment for many obvious reasons. So potency changes are kind of like a precursor to much bigger changes I can imagine in the later patches in 6.15. For Machinists then, they've changed Drill, Bioblaster and Chainsaw. For Drill, they say the potency has been increased to 10,000 potency from 9,000, and they say the potency whilst under the effect of Analysis has been increased from 18,000 to 20,000. This is quite a surprise to see Drill raised in this manner, but yeah, that's not an insignificant raise of potency, especially with Analysis there. Bioblaster, they say the damage over time effect duration has been increased from 9 to 12 seconds. That kind of makes sense, actually. That might make all the difference to that particular dot. And Chainsaw, potency has been increased from 10,000 to 12,000. Now, I'm not sure about that personally. I don't seem to I don't feel like that personally needs a change, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, this is to bring in line with other jobs as well, specifically. For Dancer then, Honing Dance, the additional effect of reduces damage taken by 20% has also been added. So we've got the 20% damage reduction trait added to that. That's pretty nice. And Fan Dance, the potency has been increased from 4,000 to 5,000. I can imagine more Dancer changes will be on the horizon that aren't listed here. For Black Mage then, they've changed quite a bit, as you can see here. With Fire, it says Astral Fire 2 effect duration has been increased from 15 to 30 seconds. Blizzard, also Umbral Ice 2 to 30 seconds as well, up from 15 seconds duration. Burst's potency has been increased from 12k to 16,000, as well as the barrier potency to 16,000 as well. That's interesting. Paradox is a charged action with a maximum of 2 charges instead of its previous version, so that adds a bit more versatility. Nightwing, Half Asleep effect now also reduces movement speed by 50%. And Half Asleep effect duration has been reduced from 4 to 3 seconds. The sleep effect duration has been reduced also from 4 to 3 seconds. a 1 second nerf on that sleep effect, basically, but also a movement speed reduction as well. So it's not really a nerf. If anything, it's a bit of a buff in another way, basically. Fire 4 for PvP here. The cast time has been reduced from 1.92 seconds to 1.44 seconds, as well as Astral Fire 3 effects duration has been increased from 15 to 30 seconds. I'm not sure how significant that is, but much quicker Fire 4s, more devastating damage, right? Flare. Cast time has been reduced from 1.92 to 144, much like with Fire 4. The damage dealt to a primary target has been increased from 8,000 to 12,000. That's not insignificant there, in particular. We'll have to see how that plays out. Blizzard 4 then, the cast time has been reduced again to that 1.44 seconds. Umbralize 3 duration has been increased to 30 seconds. That's kind of, as you would expect, similar to Fire 4. And Freeze is basically having the same thing as Flare. Cast time down to 1.44 seconds and 12,000 potency on that primary target. Yeah, yeah, okay, interesting. It's quite a nice increase, actually, in terms of potency. The Soul Resonance now grants apocatastasis, I can't read that properly, reducing damage taken by 20% with a duration of 15 seconds. Interesting. I'm not really sure what Soul Resonance actually does there, but we get a 20% damage taken reduction of 15 seconds. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't really play Black Mage in PvP, so that'll be why my confusion is there. Summoner. Slipstream, Radiant Aegis, Mountain Buster, and Revelation. So for Slipstream, we've had a potency increased up to 8,000 from 6,000, and Windstorm's potency is up to 4,000 from 3,000. Radiant Aegis, the damage reduction has been increased from 10% to 20%. Oh, interesting. And the barrier potency is now 10,000 potency instead of 8,000. So they're going to take a lot less damage with Radiant Aegis. That's quite interesting. Mountain Buster, that's actually been doubled in potency to 4,000. That was needed, I think, personally. It's definitely the weakest of the lot. And Revelation potency has been increased from 3,000 to 6,000. So Summoner was already pretty good in PvP, in my personal opinion, but this is a really nice change. I like these. Red Mage Core damage reduction has been changed from 20% to 10%, so maybe they were a little bit too tanky with Core. I didn't realize it actually gave you a damage reduction in the first place. Huh. Well, the more you know. An Astrologian, Aspected Benefic, the base cure potency has been increased from 4,000 to 5,000, and the maximum cure potency has been reduced from 12,000 to 10,000. The help text in 6.11 was erroneous, listing a base potency of 4,000 and maximum potency of 8,000. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is more like a tooltip change. But yeah, base potency up to 5,000. I can imagine Astrologian getting some love in the future for PvP personally. It's not where I personally think it needs to be. But again, they're basing it off of win-loss rates and stuff like that. So major things for Crystalline Conflict then. When registering for a match in Crystalline Conflict, players in the Crystal tier can now be matched with players who are Diamond 3 with 1 Rising Star or higher. And apparently the matching system is being adjusted in further future updates. So yeah, so slight ranking change matching. Yeah, it's to be expected, really. And system changes. This is the big one then, moving away from PvP. You are no longer going to be logged out after 30 minutes of inactivity. They're finally lifting this timer. It has been a very long time since we've been able to AFK in the game without being logged out. It was before the expansion, so yeah, a very long time, but finally, we're going to have the ability to AFK in the game, so it seems that maybe the levels of player retention are a little bit lower at the moment. I'm sure that will return in major patches anyway, as you can see. Coming up, we've got 6.15, which is going to be quite a big deal, I think, with all of the extra stuff, including Hildebrand. And of course, that doesn't affect the Firmament, which still has that logout timer. Very cool. Looking forward to AFKing. resolved issues. So these are the ones they've addressed then, and I'm sure there are, they do say other various issues have been addressed. Usually they put that when there's something they don't want to state for the public record. There might be bugs or something that are game breaking, and so they just put that or something very vague. The following issues have been addressed. An issue wherein playing as Paladin in PvE, wherein a potency of Holy Spirit and Holy Circle did not increase when the player had one stack of Requisicat. I've heard about this actually, so it's nice to see that has been addressed. An issue wherein the description of a warrior PvP action Primal Scream failed to note the potency of Primal Rend and Chaotic Cyclone is increased while under the effect of inner release. This is an issue only in a description, the action functions as intended. So yeah, just a tooltip issue. Seems most of these are tooltip issues. Same with Gunbreaker in PvP. Description of certain actions executing continuation while under the effect of Junction. Healer failed to note the range of its healing effect is 15 yards. Ninja in PvP action 3 Mudra failed to note the action changes to Mei Sui while under the effect of 3 Mudra. What's this one? An issue wherein attempting to execute the Bard PvE action Wanderer's Minuet multiple times in quick succession prevented players from queuing another action for execution. I did not know about this one, but I've heard about there was a stacking issue as well, wasn't there, recently? So it seems Bards are a little bit buggy lately for some reason. An issue wherein the barrier potency listed in a Machinist PvP action Bishop Auto Turret was incorrect. Nice to see that addressed. And an issue wherein the description of a Gunbreaker PvP action Terminal Trigger, the Dancer PvP action Honing Dance, and the Machinist PvP action Wildfire failed to note their attack radius is 5 yards. So that's another tooltip based thing. And then there's two that aren't. An issue in PvP wherein the additional effect of Red Mage action Displacement erroneously increased the healing potency of the Limit Break Southern Cross. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I'm glad they've addressed that. I didn't know that was a thing. And other minor text issues have also been addressed. So like I say, this is a very minor patch. 6.11a, implying that there's a 6.11b, of course. Yeah, I really thought we would be going straight into 6.15, but it seems they wanted to make some changes as fast as possible. You have to remember the reason that they're doing a lot of these PvP changes and adding extra little patches like this is because of the popularity and the fact that you're going to get 2 PvP seasons within a patch cycle. Like for the whole of 6.1 up until 6.2. So you have to have on-the-fly changes like this. So it's nice to see that they're adjusting things and balancing things depending on, as they say, the win rates and playability of each job, which is what they say. So yeah, obviously this is, very bare bones, but big, lengthy changes aren't going to be until 6.15 and probably not until 6.2 as well, where they can, address things in a much more direct and physical manner. Anyway, I'm personally looking forward to 6.15. Hopefully we get some news about that release date soon. But more importantly, we can expect 6.11a soon as well. Although we don't have a release schedule for that listed on here, I can expect that within, next week or something. Anyway, much love. Enjoy the rest of your day. I thought I'd make this video quickly, just because people might wonder what exactly this is all about. Well, there we go. It's mostly PvP. That, and we can now safely AFK. Well, we will be able to safely AFK without being disconnected. So, raid groups rejoice. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.